Hello, everyone. So it's March 20th. It's not March 19th, like I wanted to do this podcast. I'm a day late. That's all right. I'm not super worried about it. It happens. I've been busy past couple of days trying to get organized. Still trying to get my organs license and paperwork all sorted out and everything. Started to settle in, though. And there's been some cool stuff I've found around town. There's one thing I've noticed, especially in Eugene, is there's quite a few like bars and arcades, and that's something that is very, like, a lot of them are like combined. So you'll have a place with like a bunch of old school like arcade cabinets, but it's also a bar, so you can go order beer and play games. And I'm cool about that because what I want to talk to about today is anxiety. I have really, really bad anxiety, especially in places where I don't know the place, or I don't know people that are going to be there. I'm uncomfortable with like sort of the unknown. And I think that's interesting because anxiety comes in a lot of different forms. Some people have anxiety around people they do know, and they're afraid of whatever, like possibly, offending them or something similar like that. But for me personally, it's pretty much the unknown. A place I don't know, people I don't know. So this trip, for me in general, coming to Oregon, yeah, I have a lot of family out here, but I don't really have anyone my age, like friends-wise. So it's something I'm started, getting used to. But before that, last night I finally got around to watching the most recent ASL, Afrika Star League for StarCraft Remastered. And I'm slowly starting to get into StarCraft Remastered. I'm much more of a StarCraft 2 guy. But a lot of the guys I talk to in Discord do like StarCraft Remastered and ASL. So I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. And I thought yesterday's matches were pretty cool. I've never seen an island map before, which is, I guess, what they... I can't remember the name of the map. I think it's called Sparkle. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it's really interesting to see, like, an entire map where there's no land-based connection. You have to use some sort of transports or air units or something, and... I don't think that's something you could do in StarCraft 2, so I see it's interesting for me to see in StarCraft 1. But that's cool. I'm hoping to watch more matches, get into a little bit more. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Finally getting into it. Took me forever. StarCraft 2 is a different story for me right now. I'm still waiting for, this week's GSL matches. We got the top 4, so semifinals. Should be pretty good. I'm really excited. I think if it's Tuesday, I think the first match is actually tonight, which, if memory serves correct, should be Sue versus Stats. So that will be really cool. I'll probably watch the VOD for that one. Won't be able to stay up that late, unfortunately. But yeah, as far as StarCraft 2 goes, I've been playing a lot recently, and I've been struggling with... I think I've been stressing myself out a bit, because I don't feel like I'm seeing improvement. I'm kind of like, I feel stifled at the moment. But I'm trying to look how to improve, I guess. And it's hard because I think one of the best ways to improve in StarCraft 2 or other strategy games or any game in general from a competitive standpoint is to get like a second opinion. So I've been looking in the area and online, and I'm hoping to find some friends that maybe can watch my replays. I can watch their replays. We can critique each other, and I might ask Kazi to do that. Maybe even Gum if he's up for it. But I think I just need to figure out the best way to improve and sort of hurdle over that level of plateau, I guess, that I'm at right now. And it makes it difficult too, because there is a thing called ladder anxiety, where just starting up a ladder match can be really difficult because you're stressed out about it. You don't know, like, in my practice, should I go warm up? What if I play badly? Like, it gets in your head, man. And I struggle with that a lot more when I feel like I do right now, where I'm plateauing, I'm not improving. I'm worried that I'll start playing matches, I'll lose 10 games in a row and not learn anything from it, So it's frustrating. I'll figure it out, though. I think it's one of those things that it'll just take time, not a big deal. But yeah, back to anxiety. So I kind of used Oregon as an example. not knowing one out here. But I think another really, really big example for me is like when I went to SGDQ in 2017, last year. And I didn't know anyone. I knew a few people, but no one I had ever met in person. Okay, that's not entirely true. There's a couple people. But when you have like that many people at an event that you don't know, for me it was really, really difficult. I did get a little bit depressed a couple of the days because I felt isolated. I do that to myself. But anxiety sucks, man. But I think I've started to finally figure out ways to help that anxiety though. I think one of the things you can do, like at SGDQ, there was a few people I did know, and they helped me a lot. People like Garrison, who I met for the first time there, but I had watched the stream before. He introduced me to a bunch of guys, and I was really grateful for that. So I was actually able to talk to people and meet people and stuff. That was cool. And oh man, who else did I meet for the first time there? I met Trogdor. Like, there's a lot of people that I've just talked to over the years. I met Kiwi, who's a Bomberman 64 runner, and hung out with him quite a bit, actually. But I think the important thing I'm trying to get at here is if you're going to an event and you know one or two people, I think that helps a lot with the anxiety. So sometimes it's that can be something that can help, I guess. And I think the other thing is just putting yourself out there. That's the only other thing in my mind that I figured out how to help anxiety is just to put yourself out there. Like, for example, I'm out here in Oregon. I don't really know anyone, so I might try to go to one of these arcade bars and just play some games and maybe try to talk to people. That's hard for me because I'm an introvert. I have anxiety. It'll be scary, but if I don't put myself out there, I'll never be in a situation where I can have friends to go out with and be more comfortable, you know? So, figuring that out, I'm curious to hear what you guys might say about anxiety. If you guys have anxiety, what you guys do to try to relieve that, to help yourself, I guess, or help maybe friends you know have anxiety. But besides that, not much has gone on this week. It's just a lot of boring paperwork and getting that all squared away. I want to keep talking about StarCraft in the next podcast, I think, though. So I told you guys where I'm at right now. I'm still in Plat 2. Floating around 3400 MMR. And I'll try to like update weekly, even if I don't really want to talk about StarCraft for a specific podcast. I'll probably still update you guys where I'm at. Maybe even for myself, so if I ever go back and check these out, I can see where I was at, maybe see the improvement. And it's like one of those things too that kind of carries over with speedrunning, where looking for ways to know that you are improving when it's not incredibly easy to tell. Like, for example, if you can't PB for a really long time when you're speedrunning and you feel like you're plateauing, it can be really hard to stay motivated when you feel like you're not improving. I think a really good skill for video gaming in general, anything that has like a competitive nature, is being able to identify when you are improving, even if it's just little pieces here and there, and you have to pull those little pieces and use that as the positive. Like, if there's a certain trick you usually fail, but you're getting more consistent at. Yeah, the run itself, maybe you're still kind of like flopping on and you're not PBing, but at least this one thing's getting better. And you kind of have to look at it like that. Just stay motivated, I guess. That's what I need to do with StarCraft. But I think that's going to be it for me today. Trying to keep these around 10 minutes, not super long, so I'm not just, talking my face off. But I'm going to try to do the next one on Monday. I'll try to stay a little bit more on track from now on, but as long as I'm doing once a week, I'm not super worried about it, I guess. But thanks for listening, guys, if you are. I'd love to hear your guys' comments about anxiety, what you guys think. And I'll see you guys next week.